Hi, guys. Good morning. I wanted to go over a problem with you that a lot of you are getting right, but it's marking it wrong in Delta Math. So I want to make sure you know how to do the constraints. I'm going to leave them on the review, but I'm going to take them off the quiz. But I want to go over those. So in this problem, and this is from 3.4, the last problem of writing constraints, it tells you to let x equal the number of batches of bread. Okay. And let y equal the number of batches of muffins. So when I'm writing constraints, okay, I am looking for what am I constrained with? And most of the time it's constrained with time, space, things like that. So in this problem, first of all, I can't make a negative batch of bread. So I'm going to have one of my constraints is simply x is greater than or equal to 0 and y is greater than or equal to 0. And a lot of times these are two of my constraints right off the bat. So if you read through this problem, what else are we constrained with? Well, I have that it takes 4 hours to prepare bread and a half an hour to prepare the muffins, okay, with a maximum prep time of 16 hours. So that equation would be 4x plus 0.5y is less than or equal to 16. A lot of you put that in and it marked it wrong for some reason. So make sure that is correct. And then I have a baking time constraint. So it takes 1 hour to bake. Okay, so that would be 1x or just x. And it takes a half an hour to bake. That would be plus 0.05y, and that has to be less than the total available baking time, which is right here, 10 hours. So that would be less than or equal to 10. Okay, so I wanted to make sure I went over this. The other thing that we have is the objective function, and you've got to make sure you read through the problem. It will tell you the objective function is what you're trying to maximize. Well, I'm trying to maximize profit, so I would have the objective function as P equals, I'm going to make $35 per loaf of bread and $10 per batch of muffins. So there's the objective function. Also, in going through this problem, when you do a problem like this, this was another reason a lot of students were getting this wrong. When we did a problem, hold on, let this open up. Here we go. Okay, and I was writing the constraints. So I just went through and put them all, and I don't know why it's marking it wrong, but to put the 4 answers, you've got to hit that plus button. Okay, don't just enter it all into one space.